Caitlin Landsman. I'm a graduate teaching assistant at Illinois State University in the School of Communication. I am working on my master's thesis, which has to do with the 3 shifts of work that women put in and identity maintenance and construction within those 3 shifts. And I went to undergraduate at Marist College in Poughkeepsie, New York, where I played soccer there for 4 years. I was a goalkeeper. And I am originally from Northern Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. And I have an older brother, and a mom and a dad, and 2 dogs. I think that question's really interesting. I think about that a lot, and identity a lot. I think right now I definitely, my main source of identification comes from being a teacher and student, because it's definitely kind of a unique duality of perspective that we have, being on kind of both sides of it at the same time in these 2 years that we're here. So and there's very much a GTA and a student culture. So because that, it kind of hones you into this certain type of person. And for me, that's definitely the source of where I get my identity, at least right now.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've had more culture shock coming to Normal, Illinois than I did when I studied abroad in Spain, and that's really just because I think that I'm used to being in a suburban type of place, and Normal's very different from that, and both where I went to undergrad was not a college town by any means, and I think Normal kind of is in all of the best ways. So that's definitely been a bit of a learning, adaptive experience, but I have enjoyed it, and I have enjoyed now kind of feeling like I have my footing and knowing where things are and knowing how to do things. It's been a good experience overall, for sure. This is the easy one for me. My junior year of college, we won the MAC championship, the Metro Athletic Conference, and my program, Marist Women's Soccer, had never won a MAC championship before. But in the semifinal game, we actually won it in a penalty shootout. So I made 2 saves, and we won. And we went to the finals, and we won the finals. And the finals was exhilarating as well. But winning in the PK shootout was by far the greatest moment of my life, the happiest moment of my life. Wow. I would have to say my saddest moment. It probably would have been when my dog died unexpectedly, only because other deaths I've had were kind of, they were sick for a while or something along those lines, and my dog was only 8, and he got blowed shortly after we came back from a family vacation and died that night, and it really was out of nowhere. So I think the lack of preparation for that kind of, and like everyone, I'm sure, their dogs are their family members, so it was hard.
Yeah.
It took a huge toll on my family as well. My dad struggles with coping with change, and he actually he had struggled with depression his whole life, but it unfortunately caused him to kind of reach a low point in his life, and he's come back from that, and I'm very grateful that he has. But there was about like an 8-month period or so that kind of sparked a not good time for my family, for sure. But right now, I think what's really appealing to me right now would be working in some capacity on a college campus. I really love the component of teaching, that the one-on-one interaction with students, and kind of getting a unique glimpse into their life where you do kind of have this power to help them with personal issues, but don't necessarily have free leeway to do that being in an instructor position. But I think working in student affairs on a college campus would be something I'd really enjoy, because you're providing resources for students to thrive, and both in an emotional and academic way. I think that would really be the perfect job for me. So as of right now, that's the dream. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I never in a million years. I mean, like everyone, I'm sure in our cohort, hated public speaking. It was the most anxiety-inducing thing I had experienced in college, you know. But here I am teaching it to incoming freshmen, so that's like, it's crazy to believe. I mean, I definitely did not see myself here. But at the same time, that's the beauty of it, you know, like we don't know where we'll be in 2 years, and I'm grateful for being where I am right now, well, tenfold, for sure. I would want you to say that, you know, based on my experience in Bloomington Normal and ISU, I think I've definitely grown into my authentic self more than I have in any other, you know, through college, high school, etc. I feel like I'm living a much more authentic version of myself these days, and it's very refreshing. You know, there's this self-assurance that it's still kind of new to me, but it's a good feeling, and I hope it stays. So that's what I think I would want you to take away.